Well, that short clip is from a film series coming soon to the Zinema 2 Art House Theater in Duluth. The Explorers Club is curated by Jonathan Olson, and he's here to tell us more about it. Jonathan, welcome.
Thank you.
But I got to ask, you picked a winter scene.
Yep. Maybe we needed to be reminded of the beauty of winter.
Very good. So tell me, this is an excerpt from what?
This is an excerpt from a longer short that's part of a showcase that's happening on Tuesday. It is a yearly showcase picked by New Belgium Brewery, and they're coming to show that, and then we're going to have 8 of their beers on tap, and it'll be a whole celebration of kind of their company. And
I'm going to ask you just a little bit more about that particular event, and it's a little different than some of them, but that has, you know, outdoor stuff, it has beer, it has, you know, what is that collection of films about?
I can't speak for what connects them, because New Belgium kind of picked them, but it definitely seems like their company is very progressive and very outdoors oriented, and most of the movies have something to do with that. Some of them literally have to do with beer, some of them like that is skiing, and there's a lot of outdoors stuff, and kind of bikes is a big thing in their work. So
I think that's really fun. So as the curator of this, the Explorers Club, which is the overarching, that meets weekly, right?
Every Tuesday.
So tell me about what's the game plan there? What do you look for?
Well, it's a chance for us to show stuff that we couldn't do whole runs of. Little stuff that I want to bring in that I think people would like, but doesn't have the commercial appeal or you know, the broad reach of a lot of the other stuff that we do. So it's a chance to highlight the little things that would otherwise be missed.
And is this like Jonathan's favorites, or, you know?
Yes and no. I mean, more so than normal, but you're always picking with an audience in mind. You know, I can't just play whatever I want. That's not fun for anyone else. So it's things I want to share with people.
Okay. And how did you get fascinated with film? How did that get its hooks in you?
I have no idea. I don't know. I think at some point everybody finds their thing. And this is my thing. This is what keeps me going. You know, you wake up and this is what you care about. Yeah.
So what kind of people come to the Explorers Club? Do you have regulars? Do people just drop in? How does that work?
We have a core base of regulars and then kind of rotating. And you know, some of the shows, I expect the one on Tuesday to be quite busy, and that'll probably bring in a lot of people who maybe have never come to stuff before. We're working with COGS, so that brings in a lot of people through that too. But it's really everybody. It's kind of surprising sometimes. At first, when we started the series last year, I didn't know who was going to come to some of these, especially the more experimental stuff, and people come, and people seem to enjoy it. So
I recently ran into somebody who said, I don't miss it. It's a really, I mean, they get hooked, and I think that's good. And so there's a variety of things. There are some short films, there are some documentaries.
I try to keep it interesting for me and for them, so it's all over the place. Sometimes it'll be contemporary stuff, sometimes we do kind of lost classics, sometimes we do stuff like this where it's more events. We had, in February, there was a series where we did 3 documentaries with guest speakers, so we had Don Ness did one, and we had Greg Benson from Lowell did one, and I try to keep it different, to mix it up.
You didn't want to say it's educational necessarily, but it is an experience.
It is,
and it's an experience you get to share.
Something that you won't get anywhere else. Yes, yes.
Yeah. And is there a conversation afterwards? Do you have a chance to say, hey, what did you think about that?
More than our normal shows, yes. There's definitely kind of a congregation usually in the lobby where people kind of hang out and talk about the movies. And I think they're movies that definitely can spur conversation, so that's always nice.
It's awesome. It's nice.
More of a community, you know, around it. You don't just go into a dark room and then leave. So.
Well, it's nice to have you here. That's
Thank
the
you.
Explorers Club, right?
Yep.
And
Explorers
thank
Club.
you. I'm really glad you're here.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, the Explorers Club is an open group, and to join, all you have to do is show up and buy yourself a ticket. And that happens every Tuesday night. Excuse me, Tuesday night at 7. And there's more information online at thezeitgeistarts.com.